Hi, my name is HMO and today we're going to be talking about a controversial new thing which Islington Council is trying to bring in. So what is this controversial thing? It's HMO rubbish. What do I mean by HMO rubbish? Well, HMO rubbish means that rubbish from a HMO, a house of multiple occupants, they are going to be trying to bring in a fine for the landlord of the property to pay if the HMO tenants decide to put non-recyclable waste in a recycling bin. I know it's crazy. They are trying to bring out a fine which is £47 per time a tenant puts a non-recyclable waste in a recycling bin in a house of multiple occupants. Now I don't see how they can charge a landlord because the landlord isn't there. They're not keeping track of the bins. But apparently it's the landlord's responsibility to look after the bins because that's part of the service they are providing to the HMO tenants. So this is very controversial. They are planning on charging £47 a time if it goes ahead, and if it goes ahead then not only that, they have two options. One, they pay the fine, it gets removed, or two, they remove the rubbish themselves and it will be collected as normal the next time. So how are they going to do this? They're going to do this by bringing in a Section 46 notice, which is going to notify all landlords and managing agents in the Islington area, which will then know that there will be a £47 charge for any non-recyclable waste going in a recycling bin. So, are they the first people to do this? Surprisingly, no. They're not the first people to actually bring this fine in. People who have already brought this in, other councils, include people like... Other councils that have already brought this in include councils like Cambridge with a £30 fine each time, Wigan with a £20 fine each time rubbish is put in the wrong bin, and Watford with up to a £90 fine each time your HMO tenants put rubbish in the wrong bin. They put normal rubbish in a recycling bin. It sounds crazy. It is crazy. It's difficult to be a HMO landlord in the current times. So make sure you know all of this before you get into the HMO market. Because if you go into the HMO market and you don't know this, you buy a property in Watford, for example, and your tenants are tenants which keep putting non-recyclable waste in a recycling bin, or even if it's in a bad street and people walk past and they just put normal rubbish in your bin as they go past because they're on a night out or whatever, and they're just chucking a rubbish in. Even that can cause you a fine. So you've got to be careful, you know what you're doing. If you get these fines, 1, 2, 3 a week, £90 a week, then you're going to be looking at hundreds of pounds a month. That's going to take all your profit out of the property. So when you think you're buying a good property in Watford, you could be buying a bad one. So make sure you know your area very well, not only about whether your property will rent out, whether it won't rent out, or how much it will rent for, whether there's a tenant demand. These are standard things that people think is all you need to know when you're in the HMO market. That's not correct. You need to know things about the property market, such as these councils and the fines that could be implemented on you, which you do not think are your responsibility. So stay up to date, subscribe to my channel, whack that bell notification icon to get notified of videos like this coming out each and every week.